Many times kids act in a certain way that people who don't understand kids off the derech, kids in pain, think for sure they're doing it lahachas, to get us angry, to prove a point, to start a fight. Let's say that was true. How do you respond to that? By fighting with them? So then you just gave in to them. They're doing it to get you angry, and you got angry. They won. Do you think you're going to win? You think you're going to say, you chutzpaniak, how could you come and do such a thing? And they're going to say, oh, I'm so sorry, and now I love Yiddishkeit, and I'm going to put on a yarmulke, I'm going to dress tznius. There was a kip, a girl in Eretz Yisrael, who was off the derech, who went through tremendous pain. We're talking about, unfortunately, rape. Rahman al-Itzlan. She went through tremendous pain. Her parents are being makarev her, ba'avoisai sahava, using our method. And they went to Eretz Yisrael. And she went to a caver to daven for the first time in 6, 7, 8 years. She's not dressed tzniustik. So somebody's there, and he has to defend Hashem, and he starts screaming, what are you doing coming into a place like this? You should know better. This is a holy place. Get out. What is he thinking? What are people thinking? But what are you thinking when you don't do all of that, but you just go and you give that look? What are you thinking? What are you thinking when you go, you whisper, you think that the blind, deaf, and stupid? What would the Baal Shem Tov do? What would the Chazon Ish do? Pick your tzaddik. What would they do? Al tadin es chaverecha. Don't judge. Don't look down. Embrace. Love. Smile. Say, hey, how are you? Is it so hard to be nice? Is that not a fundamental Jewish concept? And the frummer you are, the more nasty you are, the more you can be merachik somebody, the way people throw neshamas, flee, garbage. That's the hat that's on your head, the beard. What does it to you? Where does it come from? Show me one gadol that says that. Our job is to be makarev. But if you can't be makarev, nebuch for you, Zaira Kaddish says you get the most beautiful blessings. You can't do it. I feel so bad for you. But to be merachik, you feel better when you do that. Get out of the shul, get out of the thing, fighting, brimstone, defending Hashem. That's not the derech HaTorah. You're off the derech. You're also off the rocker. You're off your rocker. You're meshuga. You're selfish. You're just angry. You're not allowed to treat a person that way. You have to be a mensch. How many stories of a gedolim are there? Gedolim don't act that way. Ktanim, such small-minded people. And they do it in the name of Hashem. No. If they were a Yankee fan, they would do it I got to beat up the Red Sox guy because they hate each other. And whatever small-minded, angry people, politics, they'll kill the other guy and fight the other guy. Get out of here. Torah. You're taking Torah as Hashem. And you're using it as a baseball bat in the name of Hashem. Get out of here. Who are you to tell another Yid to get out? How do you know that Hashem wants your tefillah more than that person's tefillah? What do we say on Yom Kippur? We can't even be mispal without the avaryonim, without the sinners. We need them. And I don't even consider these the sinners that you're talking about. Could be you, my friend with the big black hat. You're the sinner that we have to wait for. Being mavayish somebody barabim. You don't have any halacha that tells you that you're not allowed to give mussar that way, you're not allowed to give teichacha that way, you're not allowed to embarrass someone, you're not allowed to reject someone. Where were you raised? Where what is this? Is it called kanois? This is a kanoi? The Satmar Rebbe was a kanoi. He would treat someone like this? Never. He told the father, I have so many stories, many stories. He told fathers, you have to be makarev your child more than your other children. He said, I'll give you an example. Whatever money you give, Chanukah geld, let's say, you give $100 each one, in those days probably $10 each one, give him double. He needs to know that you love him. Never reject. Well, you don't have you know anything about halacha? Rabbi Yamin Eisenberger quoted his Rebbe. I mean, you have to understand, tzaddikim look at it. He said, it's very, very, very difficult to hate. There's a lot of halachas. You're not allowed to be mevayish somebody berabim. If you mevayish this person, you know what happens? Do you understand this religion? You get all their averis, and they get all your mitzvahs. You really want to give them all of your... I'm sorry. You get all their averis, and they go, yeah, you really want that? And you think, oh, I'm so happy. You just, cha-ching, you just donated $1 million into their account. Can you imagine? Let's call it financial. If you mevayish a yid berabim, any Jew, you don't know their story, you don't know if they're anusim, you don't know if they're shaitim, you don't know if they're chaylim, you don't know. You're taking a risk. All the money in your bank account goes to them, and all of their debt goes to you. Would you do it? Not so fast. In the name of Hashem, Yimerachik in neshama. How could you atone for such a sin? If you did it in yourself and you went over to this lady and you said, I am a sick person. I don't represent Torah. I'm a sick person that I have to yell at people who aren't zeichet to live the way that I want to live. So please get out of here. But I'm not doing it in the name of Hashem. Okay? But you're representing God. Wait, who did that? Show me one story, authentic story, that somebody was asked to leave the premises because they weren't sneistic enough. And that's the way to treat a human being. This girl, she didn't daven in 8 years. She went, her parent was in Eretz Yisrael with her, so she decided to go, to open her heart to Hashem. Hashem, why did you let this animal to be there, to reject her? What avera did this person do? The avera gereres avera, that should bring such an avera, that he should do this to this girl. She was just beginning a journey. You know, we have kids who finally go and they feel so cleansed and so pure and so holy. They say, it's the first time I connected to Hashem, and they start to daven and they start to be interested in Yiddishkeit, and who knows what damage was done. First interaction, get out of here. Prutza, calling her names. Where were you born? Where were you brought up? What religion do you subscribe to? Because I have a collection of about 5,000 stories of authentic Gedolim, and none of them did that. Not Hasidish, not Litvish, not Sfardish, nobody. It's so sad to think that there are people still alive today in this dar that think that they're going to be merachik another Jew. And I feel bad for them, because when it comes to Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, it says in the Holy Svarim that you are judged the way that you judge other people. And if you're judging people in a tough way, instead of being matzdik them, probably she was hurt, probably she doesn't know better, let me be makar for her. No, if you're fire and brimstone, that's the way you're judged. That's what it says in the Kedushas Levi and in Svarim HaKadoshim. Shoiftim v'shoitrim titein lecha. The way that you're judged on Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur is given over to you. B'shaftu esa'am mishpat tzedek. Make sure to judge the nation, other people, with tzedek, with righteousness. Says the Kedushas Levi, it doesn't mean righteousness means even, right? The way it's supposed to be, properly. Which also you're not doing, because you're not thinking about all of her pain that she went through and all of you don't know their journey. So it's anyway not tzedek. Only Hashem could do that. But he said tzedek means tzedakah. Make sure when you judge other people, you're charitable. You look at them with a good eye, because that's the way your judgment is going to be on Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. I feel so bad for this guy. Mevayish somebody berabim. Hurt. He pashat hurt. Stabbed. He took out a knife and he stabbed her neshama, her nefesh, to be merachik her in the name of Torah, I don't know what he calls it. That's not our religion. It's not our religion. And I feel bad for him that he gave away all of his mitzvahs, took all of her averis, and that he's going to be judged Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, mamish, so intensely, and he has all those extra averis and no mitzvahs. Why would anybody feel that that's the right thing to do? Why can't you be a mensch? you want to look away in an edel way, you can look away if you're so holy. Probably not so holy. To do such an Avera. Wow. We have to be so careful. We have to be so careful. And Hashem should help us that we should be mekarev and not merachik. We should judge people favorably. Lifnim mishur sadin. Tzedakah, chesed, rachamim. Hashem will judge us with all of those traits as well.